5, 4, 3, 2, 1. CTS Pop Culture, episode 51.
You gotta say CTS Pop Culture Podcast. Can't leave the podcast off. Or you have to go CTS
Do you think that lowly of our listeners that you think they don't understand that it's a podcast? I guess I just have a higher
Maybe
opinion.
they're new. Maybe they're new.
They're just guessing on the man, what is this like long format discussion where two dudes sit at microphones and talk for half an hour? What is this called? This is groundbreaking.
So it's been a while. There's some stuff to talk about. We should probably start off with Andor, since we never talked about the season finale. We can talk about
Black Panther. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a few things for sure.
So where do we start?
Let's start with Andor, because I think we've talked about a few episodes of Andor on the podcast.
So my favorite Star Wars series.
I think it's the best Star Wars series.
Henry said that he thought it was objectively the best Star Wars series, but subjectively he prefers The Mandalorian.
Just there's something about The Mandalorian is just so much fun that like I think I maybe enjoy it slightly more, but I do think that Andor is a higher quality show for sure, and the best thing Star Wars has put out in a long time.
You get more giddy when a Mandalorian
You could say that. That's an interesting choice of words, but not entirely inaccurate.
Yeah. No, I thought it was great. We were talking about how very somewhat famous Star Wars commentator by the name of Star Wars Theory.
Yeah.
His problem with the show was
there were screws on the walls.
Screws on the walls. The bricks didn't look like Star Wars bricks. There was some really, really bad, just objectively bad takes for a show that really could very well win awards, Academy Awards.
Yeah, I mean,
not
it's
Academy Awards,
not
but
just competing as like a Star Wars show. I mean, it's legitimately just as a show, it's phenomenal. It's not like no kind of modifiers. Oh, it's good for a Star Wars show. No, it's great television.
It's a good show.
I liked that it was like longer episodes. Sorry. And more episodes.
Don't interrupt the podcast again.
Apologies. I'm sorry, Jace. No, but it was, longer episodes, more episodes. I think it gave them a chance to flesh out the story a lot more than some of these other just like 6-episode miniseries, I think, struggle. And they could benefit from having a broader space to kind of explore the story.
So I heard that a rumor, what's another word for rumor?
From your sources.
A tale, you may say, that, do you know the part when Cassian's mom shows up on the projector?
Yeah.
And she's giving that monologue.
The speech, yeah.
I heard at the end she was supposed to say F word, the Empire, but she ended up saying fight the Empire. And if you look, and I was like, that's really weird. If you look at her mouth movement during the thing, it's all the same. And then when you get to the end of her monologue, she does say
it's like dubbed over.
She says it. It's dubbed
There's
over.
no way.
Yeah, dude. You have to go
funny.
watch. It's kind of funny. Like, so
funny
I'm sure the directors wanted it in, but I bet the Disney execs were like, no, because you can do one F word before your show gets upgraded to or downgraded to M or whatever it is for TV.
Yeah, that's interesting. It definitely felt like, I mean, that's in line with, it definitely felt like a more mature Star Wars show,
which I like. Right, I can get behind stuff. I can get behind Star Wars that's more, kind of preteen focused, Clone Wars.
Yeah, like Clone Wars is one of your favorite Star Wars projects. So
yeah, I can get behind that, but it's certainly fun to see, as someone that likes more darker themes and likes more...
Yeah, you're super edgy.
Grotesque kind of...
Grotesque?
emo type, more like alternative,
like
shows.
indie, like very unique.
Very campy shows is what
That's
I like.
like not in line with campy.
Anyways, I like that kind of stuff. So it was fun. You know, obviously there's that scene where Cassian pulls out a gun at the beginning of the series and just
shoots
boom.
The dude. Yeah, I mean it's reminiscent of the start of Rogue One.
Yeah,
where he just kills the dude. So I'm excited. I think season 2 is gonna be sweet. It's gonna be fun to see it. And I bet the last scene is him running into that alley in Rogue One.
you think it'll go like that?
Yeah, dead up. Like you could watch them consecutively, and it'll lead right into Rogue One. Would be kind of cool.
That'd be wild.
If they had
dude.
a cut where it would just
It literally
seamlessly
stops.
play, it would seamlessly play into that scene.
You should be a writer.
Yeah,
with
no,
how
I think
good
so.
You come up with
no, it is
stuff.
good. I am good at the coming up ideas stuff.
Yeah, you're good at something.
Yeah. So no, but it would be. I'm excited. I'm really excited for season 2. It's not going to be out for another 2 years.
It's dumb. I wish they would do it on a yearly type basis.
And it's weird too because it's yearly or even less. What? I mean, I get that they're more involved. They're significantly more involved, and when you're using prestige actors, they've got other stuff they're doing. But what? I mean, dude, you look at Law and Order, and they do 50 episodes a year every year for
it's
20
the same
seasons.
thing with Stranger Things, right? I mean, it took them 4 or 5 years. Granted, they had COVID, but even between season 2 and season 3,
it was 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have other really, really famous shows like Succession that releases a new season every year, and those actors are pretty A-list now. So,
granted, I do think the limiting factor isn't so much the practical stuff. I bet it's you've got so much CGI, you've got so much all that stuff. So a show like Succession where you're kind of.
Or what about The Boys? The Boys is another really show that's gotten really
but that's
popular.
true. That's true. I mean, it's weird, but you still. I mean, you're even seeing with other shows like House of the Dragon, Rings of Power. They're yeah, we're probably 2, maybe 3 years out from releasing the next season. It's you've kind of lost.
A lot of people that would have continued watching
will stop.
Yeah. So that's kind of. I will say it's weird. Anyways, let's move on to Black Panther.
Black Panther.
What would you rate it out of 10?
8. I could give it an 8.
7.9 for me.
Okay, dude.
It's not. It's just missing that final to get it to an 8.
To me, an 8 is good. I liked it a lot.
Oh, yeah. To me, an 8 is. This movie is something that I would watch again within a month.
So you'd give it a 7.965?
I wouldn't go that far. Maybe a 7.93145.
Pi. Just 100 digits of pi.
No, I did think it was good. I was disappointed that Shuri became the Black Panther.
I do think it turned out better than I expected.
It turned out better than I expected.
I liked it a lot.
Yes.
It felt a lot more earned and more kind of in her style than.
Yeah, there was some stuff where I was kind of the Iron Man suit. I was a little
didn't feel entirely necessary.
And as someone that's very, Iron Man was the first. To me, that was the first Marvel movie. When I think of Marvel movies, I think of that.
Yeah,
being
Iron Man's the first one.
the pinnacle of it.
Yeah.
And he's just such an important character, and to just give a suit to this random girl that's super smart, it just feels kind of, I don't know. And plus, I just didn't really enjoy the scenes with her.
It didn't feel. It felt out of place.
Yes.
It didn't feel. It
Needed.
felt like if they had taken I know you never watched Miss Marvel, but if they had taken Miss Marvel and put her in Captain Marvel to set up that there's going to be a connection between them, but instead of Miss Marvel having her own show, you just had Miss Marvel's developing in. She turned into a superhero here. which is feels weird in somebody else's movie.
Yeah.
Granted, I think she is getting a show.
Yeah.
I think that's on the docket. So, like, that could help, but it does feel weird to, like, because it's not even just, like Spider-Man, right? Like, Spider-Man got introduced in Civil War. Like, he was in Civil War before he was ever in his own movie. But it was, like, just one-ish scene. So it wasn't like this whole, like, develop from, oh, she's this, like, smart person that has this little suit, and, oh, now she's fighting, like, in Wakanda, and now she's, like, a superhero. Like, it I don't know. It felt a little rushed to me.
Yeah. But obviously, I mean, I think, what's the actress that plays the Queen?
Angela Bassett.
I think she put up one of the better
Marvel performances
ever.
Yeah.
I would say. I mean, I struggle to think of a performance that was quite as good as what we saw there. I mean, really. I mean, think of one.
I mean, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is like
maybe Thanos. You know,
yeah, like
some
Josh
of the
Brolin
scenes
as
with
Thanos. Yeah, but no, as like overall in a single movie, I don't know if there's a better performance. They're campaigning for like Oscars for.
Yeah. So, very good. I really enjoyed the acting. I thought that the villain, it wasn't my favorite.
He had some cold lines though.
Yeah.
He had some sick one-liners.
Yeah. He also had some weird one-liners too.
Yeah.
Like they call me the.
It was a little right because traditionally in the comics, Namor's from like Atlantis, so it's very much like kind of Greek origins. So they kind of tried to, since they moved it to more like Mesoamerica, like Aztec kind of roots type thing. They tried to change that up, and I thought that was weird. Like, just call him Namor. Like his name's Namor.
Yeah. Dude, you know what I was thinking about the other day?
What?
That this god, not god, I mean, he's kind of a god, Namor. But anyways, it reminded me of Thor, Love and Thunder. I can't wait until we see Thor taking on, the gods of Olympus.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
Like, because who are they sending?
Hercules.
Was it Hercules? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that like Brett Goldstein's playing. Yeah. Did you see this? Is kind of on the same topic. Chris Hemsworth was like, I don't want to do another Thor movie with Taika.
Hemsworth said that? Why?
Kind of. He was just like, if we do another Thor movie, I think the tone should be completely different than it's been for the last couple of movies.
It's probably because he wants it to be his last.
Yes. And so he wants it to be more serious and more, which it would be pretty cool if it's this like big epic battle against all the like Olympian gods, and he's like one last stand, saves like his daughter or whatever. Be pretty cool.
Not as cool as me, but it'd be pretty cool.
Okay. So in other news, this is more general entertainment. Disney got a new CEO.
Yeah. Well,
new old, he's back. Bob Iger's back.
He's back.
Which is a lot of people are pretty happy about it.
I
think it'll be good news.
Reports, rumors, spreading, circulating.
Yeah.
Mostly by me. I
Just
started the rumors.
Jace actually started all of them.
That Apple is in talks to possibly acquire Disney. Be a crazy one. You mentioned that you don't think it would go through. I personally am of the opinion that it would. I think it would go through.
I think they'd have to fight really hard.
The DOJ would surely try to block it.
Yeah.
But can you imagine? You pull up your Disney Plus integration into Apple.
Like when they did the what was it, U2? And they put like a U2 album on your phone like randomly one day, but it's the entire Marvel catalog is all of a sudden just you have no space on your phone because they put like 30 movies on your phone.
So, yeah, it could be. I mean, they would obviously combine like Apple TV and Disney Plus, and there's some cool stuff that they could do, but I don't know. Apple really is just so ginormous.
I don't like it in the sense that,
or maybe they do. Apple ends up purchasing just like all the content rights to content, and Disney keeps the parks or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. It feels weird. It feels like Apple doesn't feel like my kind of mental image of what Apple represents and what Disney represents aren't I don't feel like those could merge.
I mean, Steve Jobs created DreamWorks, didn't he?
No.
Not DreamWorks,
He bought
Pixar. And then Disney bought it back.
Yeah. Well, Disney didn't own it at first. Pixar was just its own company, and Apple bought it and acquired it, and then, Steve Jobs acquired it, and I think through Apple, and then Disney bought it back. So I don't know, but yeah, that was an Iger thing. Iger facilitated that deal, but I think having Iger back is gonna be a good thing because
does Kathleen Kennedy go?
I think so.
Who replaces her?
Probably me.
Oh, are you in talks for that?
To be honest, so I
didn't know that.
I'm not supposed to talk about it, but
okay.
I was
the NDA.
Yes, the NDA. So I was having a few discussions. We were like talking about compensation packages and stuff like that. You know how it goes.
Sure.
But no, I don't think so. I don't know if she gets fired, but I don't think there's any way they renew her contract, which is up in 2 years.
And does Dave Filoni replace her?
I think there's a chance that Jon Favreau replaces her. I don't think Dave Filoni does, just because he's so much the creative side, whereas Jon Favreau has done the production. He's done that stuff, so it feels like a decently natural.
Lucas.
I don't know, man.
Wait, that's not real, right? People aren't actually speculating.
I don't think people are speculating that. That'd be crazy.
We started the speculation just now.
So I heard, reports are saying, and then my sources at Disney are saying that George Lucas is coming back.
Can you imagine?
You think just one last trilogy? They decanonize the sequels and let George Lucas make his trilogy.
That's my dream, dude. Oh my gosh.
Have you read the scripts? Because he released
I haven't read them, but I'm aware of what the idea was, to have Luke or Leia be, the chancellor of the new Senate, and Luke is rebuilding the Jedi Council.
It'd be interesting to see how they turn out, because I know you love the sequel or the prequels. I have issues with them. I like them nostalgically, but I have issues. But it'd be weird to see what George Lucas would do. As crazy as he went with the CGI and stuff, what he'd do now.
Well, he had to have learned from the prequels.
You'd think, but they keep releasing those special editions, the updated editions where they add more weird creatures walking around in the background.
I do think that George Lucas was limited in some of the things that went down with the prequels. I don't know if his creative vision was realized as much as some people think it was. For example, one of the things that he really pushed for was he wanted Yoda not to be CGI. He wanted it to be a puppet, like it was in the original trilogy. And he said there was that, and he said there were creative.
I mean, the fact that he's gone back to gone back to the original trilogy and added in all these weird when they're walking to Tatooine and all the weird lizard creatures walk across the screen that they weren't there originally. None of that stuff. They've gone back and updated it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I certainly think there's a better story than what could have been told in the sequels.
Yeah. No, I think so too. But
and I think the story itself in the prequels is good. I think it's more
just how it was executed.
Actually, with that being said, the story itself has some parts that are weird, like the Anakin and see, I still think that you could make an argument the Anakin and Padme stuff could work. I just think the execution of it was awkward. And
the whole first movie, all of Phantom Menace,
I love Phantom Menace,
is
the second movie's worse.
Cool. Yeah. No, it's interesting. It'd be kind of cool to have George back. We're on a first name basis.
Are you?
But but that would be cool. I think Kathleen Kennedy max makes it 2 more years. But
see, and I heard that her and Bob Iger were wanting to take Star Wars in a new direction as far as movies, like yearly releases. And
So I saw that too, but yeah, just all the reports of like they're getting rid of kind of like you got to make a change when things have been going bad, and you aren't going to get rid of Kevin Feige. You can't get rid of Kevin Feige. I don't think you get rid of Pete Docter at Pixar, even though Pixar's not been like crazy successful lately. But Kathleen Kennedy's kind of the only other one.
so we can talk about the new Disney movie that released that absolutely bombed.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I haven't even seen it. Strange World?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it. Yeah.
The reviews actually aren't even that bad, but yeah, it tanked.
It
at the
just
box
wasn't
office.
advertised very well.
No, it wasn't advertised very well, and I'm seeing a lot of people, maybe this should have gone on the politics podcast, but I'm seeing a lot of people say, well, it's because it has a gay protagonist as the main character, which I don't think that's it.
I don't buy that.
Because why would they make the character gay in the first place?
And yeah, I mean, like they knew it was going to be like that in the first place. Like it's like they've known that for years. So it's not like you didn't like have a chance to find some advert. It's not like it caught them by surprise and they're like, okay, we're not actually going to advertise this. And it seems like quite a few movies, like Disney movies recently, have just like not really been, like the animated movies at least, have not really been advertised that well.
Yeah, and I think that people, I think it's probably harder now to make an animated movie that can compete with the catalog that they currently have. I mean, think of, to be fair, I guess they did it with Moana, but again, it's kind of like the Disney princess.
Encanto, though, like, is super popular. Like,
yeah, but it's kind
popular.
of the Disney princess protagonist type of movie. It's that type of movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I just think, yeah, it'll be interesting. It's hard with streaming, right, to get people to go to theaters, because when you go, like, as a family, you're like, oh, well, I know it's going to be on Disney Plus in a month. Like, I don't really need to go experience this in the theaters. I think, like, I'll just wait it out, and they'll put it on Disney Plus, and I'll watch it. So I think that is hurting, because if I'm not, like, absolutely, like, oh, I have to go see this movie, I'm fine to wait a month to like watch it on my own time for free at home.
See, I'm the opposite. If anyone ever asked me to go to a movie, I'm like, yep, where and when. I love going to the theater.
No, I agree. I do too. But I'm like, if I'm not like, I don't know, like if I'm gonna go, I just wouldn't actively go. Okay, like there's a lot of movies that I'd go, I don't care if I have anyone to go with, whatever. Like, I need to go see this in the theater, like, for the experience of seeing it in the theater. But something like this Strange Worlds movie, I don't know that I feel like that. That if I had to go pay for a ticket at a theater and, like, wasn't going with friends, wasn't going with whatever, I don't think I would.
Yeah, I mean, even for my favorite movies, I won't go alone. I've never been in a movie theater alone.
Yeah.
That's because I'm not a loser. So.
All right.
That was rude. That was uncalled for.
All right, Jace.
That was really rude. I'm sorry. I take that one back. It was a joke. It was just a joke. Sorry.
But yeah, no, it is weird that it wasn't like, I mean, I recall seeing, I don't know if I remember seeing ads for it until like the last few weeks before it came out on TV, besides like the trailers I saw before other Disney movies I went and saw.
Yeah.
So that's a weird one. We've got Avatar coming out soon.
I heard it has to make $2 billion to break even. Is that true?
No. I heard the number's closer to 800 million to break even.
Do you think it does it?
800 million?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I doubt it.
You don't think it makes 800 million?
No, I don't.
Really?
I think that the first movie was so revolutionary, but
I will almost guarantee it makes 800 million.
I would be willing to. We should make a gentleman's wager.
Like 800 million, I think. Like James Cameron can like spit on the side of the road and it'll make $800 million. Like 800 million is a lot, but for like a massive blockbuster movie like that, Like, I think it'll do like that much in China.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I don't know. I just maybe in the international market. Maybe you're right.
And did you see Guillermo del Toro came out and said he watched, like, he watched Avatar and he was like, it's one of the best movies he's ever seen.
The second one.
Yeah.
And Guillermo del Toro is pretty respected in that.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, it's like clearly a film made by like a master filmmaker at the top of his craft. And it's like phenomenal.
I'm not going to make any more jokes about
But the
bit that we keep doing. But regardless, I think that maybe you're right. Maybe it'll make 800 million. I guess I don't know. I don't think it's going to do anywhere near the first movie's numbers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I hope it's good. I hope it's just really good. Because
it's so long.
it is like 3 hours long.
Can't stand that movies. And they're getting longer, Henry. The movies they're not getting shorter. They're getting longer.
Black Panther was one of the I really like Black Panther, but with like 20 minutes left, I was like,
that's how I was with Dune. With Dune, I was like, okay, this is the final scene. This is the final scene.
Yeah.
Nope, this is.
And like Dune didn't feel long to me.
But that's because you read the books. It was so personal for you.
But even like the Batman didn't feel long to me, and that was long.
I'll say the Batman probably didn't feel that long to me.
So like in general, I think if we're comparing us, like in general, I'm like more positive about like long movies, like movies being super long don't bother me.
Yeah,
as much.
You're better than me. I get it.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't want to be the one to say it.
That's cool.
I didn't want to be the one to say it, but but 3 hours and 10 minutes is a really long movie. I mean, that's approaching like Sound of Music, where they have like an intermission. Like they had an intermission in the movie.
Dude, do you remember back in the day when you used to be able to go to the dollar theater and they would show you like Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 and they'd have an intermission in between? Did you ever go to stuff like that?
I don't think I ever did.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember going to like the double movie premieres.
Yeah, like a double
going
feature.
To the dollar theater and doing the double feature.
Yeah.
But, anyways.
It is, yeah, it's going to be long. People were like asking like, hey, like when do I go to the bathroom in the movie? Because it's so long. And James Cameron was like, go whenever, and then you'll just like catch up when you come back to see the movie again. You'll just catch the scene when you come back to see it again. That's one thing I think is hurting movies, is I'm a lot less likely to go see them multiple times in the theater now.
I can't think of the last time I went and saw a movie twice.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably...
The Batman, I think I saw twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. Like, I think I saw, like, No Way Home. I saw more than once. But yeah, because I'm just like, oh, well, it's going to be streaming pretty soon. So unless I, like, really, really love the movie. Like, I know I saw, like, Force Awakens and The Last Jedi several times.
Same, yeah. Well, I think that's about it for this
Want to do a trivia question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's trivia it up.
Boom. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
What did
Give me
I
a
get?
different one.
No, what did I get?
Oh, this is yours?
Yeah.
What's mine?
Captain America: The First Avenger.
I can't do it. I'm not going to get any. You got Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I'm literally not going to get any.
No, I think you'll get it. Yeah, this is easy. Okay. What does Steve Rogers try to join 5 times before he is accepted?
The U.S. military.
Yeah.
What is Falcon's real name?
Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
For how many years is Steve Rogers encased in ice? 46, 58, or 70? This one you should just be able to like do the math.
Say it again.
46, 58, or 70?
46. No, 58. 58.
70. Do you think like,
when does he come out?
Like 2012?
I thought he came out in 2000.
No.
Okay. How many helicarriers form Project Insight? If you get this, I'll be really, really impressed.
Is it... It's not 13.
3.
Oh, I was going to say 3. That was my next guess.
Really?
And then I was like, I was thinking it was 3 because I was thinking I remembered it from the movie, but then I was like, But only 3. Like, how does that cover like the whole planet?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes me mad. Who originally created Captain America's shield?
Oh, I don't remember his name, but it's Iron Man's father.
Yeah, I'll give it Howard Stark.
What is Dr. Zola's first name?
Um,
That's tricky.
gosh, I'm gonna guess like a vaguely Bavarian, like, cause it's not, cause Zemo, his first name is like Helmet. What's it's
Do you want me to give you a hint?
no, Iron, like Iron Robin.
It actually sounds close. It's Arnim.
Oh, that's what I was trying to say.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what metal is Captain America's shield made from? This is pretty bad for me if you don't get it.
vibranium?
Yeah, it's vibranium.
Well, I just got confused because I wanted to say it was.
Like adamantium.
Yeah. At the old SHIELD facility in New Jersey, there are photos of Colonel Phillips, Agent Carter, and which other person on the wall?
Howard Stark.
Good job.
Ooh. Okay. Who helps test the strength of Captain America's shield? This is an easy one. These are kind of all easy questions from this movie.
Is it Bucky?
No, it's Peggy Carter.
Oh, that's lame. Who disguises herself as a member of the World Security Council to apprehend Secretary Pierre?
That would be
Pierce.
Black Widow.
Close
Natasha
enough.
Romanoff.
We tied.
We tied. Okay.
Well, that was good. Good episode. This is the CTS Pop Culture Podcast, episode 51, 61, 51.